guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to talk about all of the best cozy mysteries that I read last year. So last year was the first year that I ever started reading cozy mysteries, and I really enjoy them, and I know that you guys enjoy them a lot too. I think they're starting to become very popular, and I did a video on the best cozy mysteries in the past. I'll have it linked somewhere. So some of those are going to be talked about in this video as well. But there's definitely some new additions to that list. So I just wanted to go through. Now it is the end of the year. Well, I guess it's now I'm filming this and it's in January. So I wanted to talk about all of the best cozies that I read last year. So we're gonna start out with one that I just recently read, and there's only one book out in the series, and I absolutely loved it. I gave it a 5 out of 5, and that is by Misha Pop. And the series is called Pies Before Guys Mysteries. So basically our main character is a pie baker. She has like a little food truck where she bakes pies, and she bakes the best pies ever. She's like in all these contests and she's winning on like Food Network and stuff like that, and she is like an amazing pie maker. But she also has a little bit of magic in her, and she puts some magical elements into these pies as well. She is a vigilante for domestic abuse survivors, and basically what she does is she serves deadly pies up to domestic abusers. So she kind of like inserts herself into support groups for domestic abuse victims, and she from there kind of has built up a business where if these women want, they can get a pie from her that will kill their abuser. So yeah, so she's like a vigilante who's going around trying to help all of these women who are being domestically abused, and it is just so good. I love it so much. I know that sounds like really heavy, which I mean, of course it is to a point, but it is still a cozy mystery. So we still have all those elements, the coziness, right? So yeah, there's, you know, some darker tones in this one, but I really enjoyed it so much. And that was the first book in the series. I can't wait until the next one comes out. And then next, of course, is by Dorinda Jones, and that is the Betwixt and Between series. So this one, I do have to say that I have amended a little bit, and I will say only the first 3 books are needed to be read in this one. I waited for the 4th book to come out for forever, and the 4th book is not good at all, like at all. So the first book, I've talked about this one before, that basically it almost reminds me of like Sabrina the Teenage Witch for grown-ups. Our main character, whose name is Defiance, she ends up coming into an inheritance from a grandmother that she's never met before, and she gets this like huge mansion that's like run down and dilapidated and whatnot. And when she goes to this town to pick up this mansion to go and get this mansion, she starts to find out that she's actually a witch, and she can use her superpowers to help solve crimes that start happening around the town. This one is very steamy, which a lot of cozy mysteries don't have that element in them, but this one has a very like sexual part in the book. Well, parts in the book. There is a extremely good looking romantic interest that she finds in this book, and there are definitely some steamy scenes in here. So yes, if you're into that, then this is definitely one for you. It's really fun, and the first 3 books, all awesome. I think I gave them either 5 out of 5 or 4 out of 5 for all of them. But the 3rd one basically starts to follow her best friend. So we follow Defiance's best friend, who also has some powers that she comes into. She ends up moving with Defiance into this house, and she starts to come into some powers as well. And basically the next book going on, we start to follow her friend, which I just didn't get the same feeling about. And I almost felt like the release date for this book kept getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back, like almost a year. And when I finally read it, I just thought like, it almost seemed as though she was like being pushed to finish this book, and she just wasn't able to do it justice. I don't know if she was on such a tight time span or what, but I just felt like it didn't do the rest of the series justice. So next is the Which Way Librarian Mysteries by Angela M. Sanders. And this one is super fun. You guys know I just love what she reads, and a lot of the cozy mysteries that I read have to do with like supernatural things. But this one basically follows a woman who is basically in the witness protection program for all intents and purposes. Not quite, but something like that. And she ends up becoming the head librarian in this small town. And while she's there, she starts to realize that she has some magical powers. And her magical power is that she is able to talk to books. And books are what helps her solve the town's mysteries. Of course, there's murder, mayhem going on in the town. In each of the books. I've read 3 of the books so far. There's another one coming out, I think, in a few months. I liked them all a lot. I gave them all 4 out of 5. And it's just the coolest idea ever to have books be the sidekick. Like, she can communicate through her mind with books. How cool is that? Okay, so next is another one that we have talked about before, and this one is definitely supernatural, but this is so much fun. And basically this one is called Nocturne Falls Mysteries, and we follow the daughter of Jack Frost, the niece of Santa Claus. She is an elf, and she lives at the North Pole, and there is a town on Earth called Nocturne Falls, and it is a Halloween themed town. So it's like all Halloween all the time in this town. And what this town actually is it's a place where real live magical creatures like werewolves and vampires and witches and all that kind of stuff can be alive, can survive, and can just like live out their life as they are in this town that's Halloween themed, and people don't know any different. Okay, so like they can just be themselves and people will never know because it's a Halloween themed town. So there's this huge Santa's workshop. It's a toy store here on Earth, and people are starting to go missing from it. Workers are starting to go missing from it. So Jack Frost enlists his daughter, who is our main character, to come down and figure out what is going on. Like, where are these people going? These employees of theirs, what's happening? So she comes down, and of course she ends up solving the mystery, and she decides that she likes it so much she wants to stay, and we get a series of, I think it was like 9 or 10 books of this Nocturne Falls series. And I just loved it so much. I love all of the magical elements. I love, like, there's all different sorts. There's like gnomes and like everything. Any sort of magical creature you can think of is real and comes up in this book, and it's just a lot of fun. So I definitely enjoy that one. And then the last one that we're going to talk about today is the Haunted Library Mysteries, and that is by Alison Brooke. And these are the first series that I really fell in love with. And basically we follow our main character, who is a librarian, and she does not have any magical powers, but she's a librarian, and she is responsible for coordinating the library's activities in this small town. So she's the events coordinator basically. And she, you know, meets a man, falls in love and whatever, and in every single book there's a new murder that she ends up solving. And I just like her so much. I like the character. I love like all the food descriptions in this book. Like, it's just very cozy and very, at the same time, elegant. Like, they're always something like elegant, like kind of really fancy meals, not necessarily too fancy, but just sound delicious. And it's definitely like a classic cozy mystery for me. So I really enjoyed that one. I love books about librarians because I am one. And I just like, I find I relate to it a lot more. And of course, like the books, right? That's my thing, obviously. So yeah, those are the 5 best cozy mystery series that I read this year. Let me know in the comments down below which were the best cozy mystery series you read this year, and maybe I will talk about them in an upcoming book, in an upcoming video. Okay, I'm done now. I'm starting to like mix up my words, so that's how you know it's time to end the video. I hope you guys are having wonderfully, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.